How's it going, everyone? It is Friday, June 28th, 2024. Let's get into the picks from yesterday. Start with our day trades here. I gave S long as a day trade on a pullback. So, if we look at S yesterday, really nice price action early in the morning. Let's zoom back on SPY. All right. So, got this nice strong move up earlier. Also, the D1. This is a nice breakout through the SMA. It filled in the gap. It's been kind of steadily grinding higher ever since this bad earnings. So, seems like that was an overreaction. Had some room to the 200-day SMA. So, set up pretty nicely for a day trade. Stock broke through the SMA, and then it pulled back. Had your LRSI alert, you would have got triggered right around 11:55. So you get in, you can see here's that's where LRSI crossed 11:55. You also get your HA reversal alert right over here 11:50. It's a really nice HA reversal, and yeah, it's a great entry point. You get in at 20:55, and you can ride that stock up higher. Market starts to stall a little bit, maybe 12:40, 12:55. Over here, you're like, all right, I can start to take some gains at this double top. So you get in at 20:55, market starts to stall at VWAP. You have this 1OP bullish cross. This bait starts to form. This is going to be a choppy day over here. So you got plenty of time on SPY to get out of the trade, plenty of time over here to get out of the trade. Stalls again later in the day as well. So you got maybe 30, 40 cents in here. 40 cents if you got a really nice target and entry. High, yeah, maybe not 40 cents, but certainly 30 cents, 35 cents in this, which is a really nice win on this kind of stock. Pulls back a little bit here, but doesn't fall with the market. The market forms a base around 240, 255. There's even another opportunity later over here as it starts to break out later in the day. But at this time now, it's actually starting to move earlier, like right when the market stalls. So you have to get in earlier. Then you have this high volume compression and some late day profit taking. So here is actually the warning sign. When we get a lot of volume, we actually can't get any push up higher. And then this is the final nail in the coffin on this bearish engulfing hammer. But in either case, nice pullback. You should have got a really nice win on this stock. So good win on S. Let's remove this guy. WBA. I said if we could break through that low of the day, I could be interested. Looks like we didn't really break through the low of the day. It's really hard to see this chart because it's so damn zoomed out. But we have, this is kind of the low of the day right here. So if I were to draw this line like that, it's like, okay, like we poke below it, but these are some tiny candles. I want to see a nice, nice long red candle. Maybe a key bar on good volume. Didn't really get that. This has some high volume, but it's a bearish hammer, which isn't bad, but it's not quite the entry I'm looking for here. Just is kind of trickling down. We kind of poke below. We didn't actually close above it. And then this bullish hammer over here with pretty high volume pretty much seals the deal. So, I mean, worst case scenario, if you got in, let's say at 1169, you could probably take a small loss somewhere here, 1171, maybe 1170. You could get a decent close. So you have some time to maybe take a scratch on the trade if you bit over here. But I don't think this is a good enough signal for me to enter on that kind of trade. So didn't end up biting on that. So WBA is a no trade. All right. Swings that we are in. U short. Zoom out to this daily chart on U. Compressing a little bit, pullback, compressing, testing this pullback level right here. This M30 chart has been really nice in terms of just getting a sense of what the heck's going on. So we have the strong trend earlier, right? And this is, we actually get in somewhere around here on this breakout, right? This breakdown. Strong trend continues. Get a bit of a pullback, get the next leg lower. Now we get a pretty deep pullback, pretty tall pullback over here, and we are compressing a little bit. We are not able to get any traction. Sellers are coming in, and we're holding this level pretty decently at 1676. So this level right over here is holding, and this seems to be significant. So I'm going to move that over here. And that's actually right where we got into the trade. So I know that if this level confirms and breaks above, I can maybe take a small loss on the 1/4 position, but I still get a pretty nice win on 3/4 of the position. So pretty happy with that overall. Just being patient on this one, waiting for it to run its course, and then when we get that next leg lower, I think that U is going to start to at least test this low and potentially crack through it. So still being patient on that. AEO. AEO is finally coming back down to earth. We're actually able to scratch the trade right now, which you could do, but I am not going to do that because I didn't stick out this whole trade just to scratch it. So pretty nice weak price action today. Bounced up a little bit from this low over here. Sellers are coming back in. So nice weak price action, especially earlier in the morning when the market was rallying. In these first 45 minutes or so, stock was churning down lower. Again, let's look at this M30 chart. So you can see how this is kind of a taller move here. We got a big breakdown, got a pretty tall bounce back to this level, hold this level, and now we're coming back down to test this level again. I think there's a good chance I can take profits closer to the low, maybe 1950. That's probably going to be my target. So I'm actually going to modify this trade and move this stop up to 1950. The next leg lower. So I think I can take some decent profits over there. I like this bearish trend right now in the stock. I'm just not crazy about this support level, and I don't really feel like sticking around on the stock to find out. So I can scratch right now. We're still in a pretty good trend, and we have a bearish, certainly a bearish trend on SPY. So there's no really need for me to scratch at this moment. I'm bearish on the stock on an M5 basis. I'm bearish on the market on an M5 basis. So as long as that stays, I should stick with the stock. All right, so we are in both of those guys. Let's take a look at what the market's doing today. All right, so first thing you got to know today, we have end of month fund balancing and also end of quarter. So there may be a dual force in play. What's this if you don't know? Asset managers have a portfolio and they have to allocate certain percentages to that portfolio. So let's say you have, I don't know, like 10% of tech or, 15% of energy. I don't know why you do that, but let's say you have something like that and, the month passes by and now you're at 12% of tech and, 20% of energy. Well, you got to rebalance to get back to that 10% and 15%. So you might sell some stocks, you might buy some other stocks. You kind of have to meet certain requirements that's set out in your portfolio. I believe it's your investment prospectus. They're beholden to certain items and certain ways and certain criteria that the investment fund has to follow. So that's kind of the background. None of that will really help your trading. But basically what's going to happen is there's going to be more volume. There might be some more movement, and you may see some profit taking in stocks. You may see some buying in other stocks. So there's just maybe some more movement today. That's really all you have to know. Let me go back out to the D1 before I get back in here. So we are compressing. We've had a little bit of a bullish compression is what it looks like. We're just kind of a little bit grinding higher, finding some support at that 8 EMA as well as the AVWAP Q anchored to the triple witching. Going back into the M30, so long-term D1 bias. Again, nothing has really changed here. We're still mildly bullish on a longer-term time frame fundamentally. Technically, we're going to get some economic releases next week. There's going to be some more info coming out, and then we'll get into earnings season. So I think July should be a good month for the market. Good month doesn't mean that we're going to go up. I think it just means that we're going to move. We're going to do something. We're not just going to sit here and do absolutely nothing. So, yeah, that's kind of what's on the horizon. This is a good week to be patient, to pick your spots, pick really good trades, not force things you don't need to force. Let's go back to the horizon really quick before I get into this M30 analysis. So we got unemployment coming out, CPI is going to be early on, and then JPM earnings is probably going to be the beginning or sorry, the middle of the July, usually that Thursday or Friday. Let's just check out JPM quickly. Yeah, 7-Eleven. Okay, so that's coming out pretty soon. So that'll kick off the earnings seasons with bank earnings over here. So yeah, that is the kind of the outlook coming up. So if you're in any longer term trades, any long term swings, just double check those earning dates. If you're in credit spreads, double check those earning dates. Just make sure you're not holding anything over, and also double check if there's any peer earning dates. Right, like if I'm in an AMD credit spread, I would want to know when Nvidia earnings is. Luckily for you, AMD comes before Nvidia, so you don't have to worry about that situation. But on those very correlated sectors, and something like Nvidia, which is just a huge giant in the semi sector, that's going to have a tug and a pull on all the other semis. All right. So with that out of the way, SPY M30 here, big view, moved up, broke out, came back, compressing, chop, 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 chop. Got out of the range. Again, we can draw this range in a bajillion different ways. All you have to know is that the fact that you can do that, I think, makes it a very loose range. That's kind of my takeaway from all this. Very loose range. So we broke out of the range today. Tested actually the all-time high, had a little poke above it, so we made a slightly new all-time high, and now we're really slamming down here. Let's go to the M5. Let's see what's happening. Well, we got this move up higher. We got a gap up, move up higher. Nice red bearish engulf candle, and this came on some decent volume here, good volume. And here's the key: look at this bar. Not look at the R vol, just look at the bar. These have equal volume bars. But these equal volume bars don't get as far as this bar. So that tells us that we're actually slowing down. This is some topping out volume. And that this is a sign of weakness. We get the confirmation on a nice bearish engulfing candle. This bullish engulfing candle can't quite get to that high. And then we compress for a little bit, have a little bit of a bid check here. There's still buyers, and then boom, flush them out over here. All right, this is a high volume. This is a good volume candle. Not a ton of volume, right? If you look at the volume bar in this candle versus the volume bar of the 1040 candle, this had way more volume. So we expected this to have more volume. So that's a little bit of a sign of strength. Over here. And then the selling starts to pick up a little bit. We get some high selling. And then again, a really high volume bar, but not as much movement, not as much effort that comes out versus a bar like somewhere over here. And we get this weak bounce, again, low volume, mixed candles. We get another check here, another check. And then we actually get the breakthrough again. Now this is good volume. We have rising R vol, but then we get some more stopping volume over here. So we're kind of starting, stopping, pull back the 8 EMA. Since this is a lower volume bounce, right? And then we have high volume movement on the selling side, we can stick with that trade. If I see a high volume bullish hammer or bullish engulfing candle, then I'm be a little bit more worried about a more deeper pullback in or deeper bounce in SPY, but I haven't quite seen that yet. So here, that was a really interesting play-by-play on SPY. What's setting up right now to me is looking like a bearish divergence. So we get this really nice bear cross here, produces, and it looks like we're going to get a bounce here, and that's kind of what everyone's thinking. And then when boom, we get this next leg lower, boom, we get this next leg lower. So we're diverging over here. So there might be a really nice time to set up for some shorts. We're through the low of the day, we're back in the range, and we have a lot of momentum because a lot of the buyers that came out over here, right, we're flushing them out, and that's pushing a lot of this move down. So let's see if we can find some nice picks here on the short side. Let's look at BEKE. This was a nice one. Wow, that is a nice pick. Beautiful stock. Looks like it hits some support at that level through the gap. Unfortunately, it's already made a really big move. So it doesn't mean it's not going to continue. It just means we want to enter in at a good time. So what I'm going to do here is you can see it's on some support. Let's see where the support is. Okay, yeah, that is some pretty major support right over here. Let me remove the price line. So we're at 1403. Yeah, so there's some support coming into play here. Yeah, this is really a kind of a huge support fest, to be honest. There's just a whole bunch of really high volume candles all over the place here. So that's why this is kind of such a mess of a chart. I'm not going to mark up every single high volume candle, But when you get a couple of these in a row, right, there's some couple of high volume candles here. You know that this is going to be some pretty stiff resistance. And certainly you can see that we needed a lot of volume to break through. Look at the volume we needed to break through that level. And now we're breaking down below here. So BKE is nice. It's not bad. But I think we can find better. I think there are better stocks that we can find here. Nice. We're getting a nice little, bit of a bullish hammer here. So I'm actually going to take some profits in SPY. Oop. All right. Sorry about that, guys. I got out of that. Nice. That was a nice one. So let's see if we can find better. Let's see if we can find better. It's going to be a bit of a maybe a little longer video as we search for some nice picks. I liked ERJ. You can see we had a nice bearish channel here. We're breaking through that SMA. Nice volume. What I want to check is that we're not at the bottom of this channel, because then it could be a selling climax. May not be bad. It could certainly still be day traded, but we'd want to know about that. So that looks like a pretty decent channel. Let's see what it's doing. Okay. That is a nice, that is a damn nice pattern. Wow. That is a really nice pattern on that stock. Let's see what the market does here. Let's see if we get any sort of little pullback here or any bounce. This stock looks like it compresses and then it breaks through. Damn, I would have loved to get in on this move somewhere here at 12 or even somewhere here at 11:45. I should have recorded the video earlier. 12 would have been a beautiful entry. You can see here the stock made a new low of the day at 12, and it actually preceded the market. That's how you know it's really weak. It kind of makes these stock events happen before the market events on the D1. So it's a really nice move. I'm going to set an LRSI alert on this stock. Whoops, let me set a bearish one. That's the wrong one here. Let me set a bearish one. I'm going to set a relative strength alert, and I'm going to set a HA reversal alert. So that'll all keep me in the trade. Really like ERJ though. Just want to get a nice entry on that guy. Let's see what else we can find. I'm going to go to the bearish scanner here. I'm going to use Spectre's Bear Grinder. I like this guy. AEO, it's always great when you see your shorts on Bear Grinder. ALB, I got an alert triggered on this guy. This guy could set up right now, I think. This is looking decent. It's poking through this level. You can see again, we got a key bar, but we didn't poke through that level. Really similar situation to WBA. This is nice. I like what I'm seeing here. I just wanted to confirm below that level. ALB on the D1. It's decent. I think I prefer have a little bit more room, but certainly is day tradable. You have, let's see, 1986. This is coming in this low at 92.29. So you have $1.50 maybe of room, which is pretty decent. ATR is 4, so you got 1/3 of an ATR room. Not bad, not bad. If it can break through, the stock can really move. So I like ALB. If it can get through that low of the day, especially here, you can see this volume starting to pick up. Low volume pullback. Now volume starting to pick up here. Some high volume candles. It's a high volume doji, which is a sign of strength. But then we get a nice crackdown over here. So if this is a weak pullback on low volume, then we might be able to get something going on the downside. So I'm going to alert set the low of the day. So far we have ALB. Let's see what else is looking good. Crisp is not bad. Looks like there's certainly some horizontal support here. Wonder if there's going to be some horizontal support here. It looks like it is. Yep, so it looks like it broke through that. Got a little bit of a retest. Pulling away a little bit. I want to see a bit of a stronger reaction from here. This is also not the best M5 stock. It's just like a pretty wide bearish trend channel if you can draw it over here. So not crazy about CRISPR. I really want a nice D1 chart. I don't want to compromise on that. Some pro traders can compromise on that. I found when I compromise on my D1 charts, I don't have any confidence in my trades, and then I end up kind of panicking out of positions. ADM, it's not doing jack shit. L is a really nice D1 chart. Huge move, pulling back. It looks like it just got too ahead of itself. Not my favorite stock. It could be a little bit dead for the day, and I don't like how this stock hasn't been dropping with the market. So it is weak, but looks like it may have probably hit something over here. I don't know if it's trend line. Oh, probably this level from this earnings. Yep, right to that level. Okay, yeah. L is a no-go, right? If you're thinking about what the heck could stop a stock like this, that is what I could stop a stock like this. Let's put up the price line. So it bounced off here. Yeah, L is the low of one. Oh, well, I guess it's not quite right. But you can see how it bounced off this level here. And then it kind of got off right to the T, right exactly to the T. So even if we can break through, we have another level here. Don't like L. That's a pretty big point of support, and just we can try to find something higher probability. AVTR, CLSK. That's not going to be a good enough D1. Google is a strong D1. Let's go to my basic relative weakness search. It's going to be hard to find some stocks that are relatively weak because this is a pretty strong move. So let's see if we can find a weak sector. I see defensive is very weak. Let's see what's down for the day here. Beverages, okay. Well, that doesn't help us at all. How about confectionaries? Confectioners. All right, Mondel's. Hey, this is not looking too bad. A lot of low plus trend lines coming up, though. So that is, yeah. Oh, yeah, we got to respect this guy. This is a huge, huge, huge low plus trend line. Probably stalling out over here. Yeah, so nice. Damn, that's tough. It's a nice setup, but that TA is going to be really strong support. And we also have, yeah, we have this support coming up over here. So that's some pretty decent R volume here. Utilities is weak. Let's look at renewables here. And let's sort to the bottom of the range. Let's see NEP. Not a lot of volume in this stock. Pretty choppy. Not the worst. Did we see CEG yet? CEG, EBR. Ooh, FLNC. I like this guy. Oh, yeah. That is a nice breakdown. That is a really nice breakdown on this stock. Let's tag this guy. Yeah, I like FLNC quite a bit. Damn, yeah. I'd want to get in well, actually, that's actually an insane ATR as well. 1.4. It's a 7% mover. It's a big dude. It's a big guy. Let's see here. Well, we broke this. We got a little test. We broke the SMA. Really heavy volume. I'm gonna set an LRSI alert, I think, on this. I think I can probably get in at a decent price. And if you can grab maybe like 30 cents, 35 cents on this, that could be a pretty nice win. So I'm gonna set a LRS couple alerts here. HA relative weakness, LRSI alert. You can get it on FLNC. That's gonna be the pick. But yeah, that's probably just going to be the day trade pick of the day. Let's see if there's any pre-earn options coming up. There is none. All right, so let's add over here. So add to watch list, YouTube picks, ERJ. Whoops. And then I also said ALB. Yep. So we're going to add this to our YouTube picks as well. And that'll be it. Last two picks for June. We'll have a trade review. We'll reveal the trades for the month of June coming out. Probably not this weekend, maybe next weekend. I'm going to try to do it. And we'll take a look at how these picks did on Monday. So thanks for watching, everyone. And I'll catch you guys on Monday.